this one here.
Oh, the Shin Lock.
I've always wanted to know how you set that up and how you protect your neck from the choke. Oh boy, I'm already regretting that I asked this question.
This one's one of the worst.
And I've taken you down like with the heel, and I've come here. What I don't want to do is to come here, because you'll choke me. To stop that, I put my elbow here. Now, you can't come up to choke me.
Ah, that's huge. Get a shot. Can you get a close-up of this arm here, Tony? That's everything right there. I can't quite.
As soon as I block it, then I change into that.
Oh, okay.
Now, most people think it's pulling the toe. It's not. It's taking my weight over the elbow.
Oh, okay. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
One thing that I know that a mistake that I make now that you've done it to me, I always try to put my elbow on the actual shin bone to try to get more leverage on that ankle. But in reality, what Jake was doing was just inside of the shin bone.
Well, that's where the nerve center runs down, right underneath the inside of the shin.
Let's see if we can. We both got leggings on here. Can you see this, Tony?
Right there.
Right in here. Can you see where the bone ends?
The bone and the muscle meets.
They separate right here, and the point of his elbow is right in here. Whereas a lot of times I'd be putting my elbow on the top of their shin, trying to crank their ankle.
And with sweat, you're gonna pop off. That creates a nice little divot.
Oh yeah, you can see it right there.
And again, when you do it,
your elbow has to be perpendicular. If your elbow is at this angle, the pressure's going away from it. So always keep the same pressure.
Right there.
It's got to be perpendicular.
Brilliant. That is phenomenal.
Lean on put the weight on my leg. Pin the leg down. Now put your elbow on top. Now put all your weight, sit up a little bit.
Okay.
There you go. Now put all your weight through that point. Sit up. There we go. Scoot down a little bit.
It's too high.
This way?
Yep, right there. And now put your weight.
Wow.
Now,
But you need to pull the toe.
Okay. Yeah, but you don't want the foot this deep. If you're going to lift the foot, you want the foot there.
There we go.
So his ankle on my thigh there.
Yep. Yeah.
Now put your weight, lean on to my back here a little bit. Now grab my toe. There we go. Now drive your weight.
Now look where your arm is. Bring this arm here. There you go.
You see that 90-degree angle that Mr. Robinson was talking about with my upper part of my arm there. Sorry, is your ankle?
No, you're okay. Again, the point being that it's about leverage and using your weight and not using your muscle. Because when you're leaning back like this and you're just trying to do a bicep curl, I'll hang out.
Sure.
And I'll sit here and cross face you.
Yeah.
But you sit up a little bit, that's like,
wow.
It's very painful.
There's the science, the angles, you know,
Exactly.
getting the proper angles, the 90-degree angle on those shin. What do you guys call those?
I've heard of different things, a Shin Lock, or I don't know what you've heard it called.
I want to get the terminology right because I don't want to be known as one of those.
Okay, most names come from the Japanese, because Japanese, after Rikidozan started professional wrestling in Japan in 1948, the Japanese press are different than American and European press. You know, they have to have a name for every particular thing. So everything from a toe lock to an ankle lock, and that's just an elbow in the shin.
Elbow in the shin.
That's all we'd say in England,
Elbow in
but
shin.
in Japan they've got a fancy name for it. You know,
So when you're in also, what you'll see is a lot of people that mess up and end up getting choked is they don't put the weight on the leg that they're attacking. So if he's going for here and I'm trying to do this, I'm toast. I'm gonna have to let go to defend. So when I come down, I'm gonna sit lower and I'm gonna put my weight on it.
Oh God. That's
Right?
So,
And what you'll find is, now there's gonna be guys that are very tough and that sometimes there's certain holds that won't work on certain guys.
Stay there and I'll show you what to do from there. Grab the toe. Okay, now, he can't get it. Right?
He's getting
so grab the toe with the other hand. Put your hand on his knee so he can't sit up. Yeah, push yourself up. No, bring your hips around.
Oh, sure.
Now nail on it, there you go. There you go.
Nice. So when you're doing guard work, I've seen Minoru Suzuki do a similar thing, I'm going to reach out as far out on the lever again as I can and force it down and start pulling this way.
Yeah, okay, stop.
And doing rides.
Yeah, what you've got to do is you've got to get the angle checked. You cannot have your knee shin angle at this angle. Your angle's got to be straight.
Side off.
There you go. That's it.
And that will be easier too for me to roll you over because you're
I'm
already-
pinned. I mean,
you're weighing that.
literally, I'm pinned. I cannot. I can't get my hips off the ground, to be honest. And man, that's a real gem, you guys. Like I said, I'm not just trying to plug your website. I actually frequent it. I visited scientificwrestling.com long before I met Jake Shannon. In fact, today is the first time I've ever met him. I do own the Josh Barnett's Attacking the Guard DVD, and you know what? He actually mentioned this in there, but he didn't have the detail. He didn't have the details, and
It's Minoru Suzuki from Pancras. He was one of Carl Gotch's best students, and I can certainly attest that his skills are top-notch. Not only as a professional wrestler, but as a submission guy and fighter as well. So, I lay back. Go ahead, let's go. So, the first thing he does is and I don't know, I still don't quite have it down myself, but he found a way to open my guards up, my guard up, put my feet on the ground, and essentially run his shins and his knees over the top of my ankles as I'm trying to play open guard the whole time. And it's just killing me. Constantly trying to get your feet away from me. And the whole time, while I'm doing that, there's no way that I'm going to be working any effective techniques. I'm too busy spending time clearing my feet from his knees. I'm hoping to get Suzuki out sometime, seminar, maybe he can show that to somebody. I'm sure Jake Shannon would love to be demoed on for that, because I've already been through the torture.
he didn't have the details, and I've always, since then I was like, oh, I've got to find that. He was talking about how Suzuki would attack that from the butterfly guard, and now I've got another piece of that story. Could you show maybe how that might happen from butterfly guard types?
Sure. The big part for us to negate your guard work is I don't want